In today's video, you will see what is the top 10 best ground units in update 18. Every units in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. You hear that? Not from trading. I do want to know what you guys think is the best ground unit in this update 18. Remember to subscribe and like. And with that being said, in no particular order, the first unit is Hido Immortal Butcher. Hido is one of the strongest ground units, especially with his ability that he will get at later upgrades in this update 18. Yippee! Hido Immortal Butcher stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 96,642.68 damage, with his bleed damage doing 8,992.8 bleed damage over 3 ticks, with his SPA at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 19,328.53, which is pretty strong. When his ability is activated, Hido will do 3 times of his current damage to all bleeding enemies in his range, which is insanely strong. How to get Hido is from opening the brand new Spooky Stars, which you can get by spending candies that you can get from the limited Halloween dungeon at the back of the play area. The best trait you can have on Hido is unique, as he is a 3 placement, with his ability scaling with his damage. Hido's damage types are physical and fire. Okay, next in is Saber Promise Sword. Saber is one of the strongest ground unit, especially she is a light and physical unit, which will be insanely strong in this Infinity Castle update 18. Oh my god. Saber Promise Sword stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 382,889.1 damage with her SPA at 10 seconds, making her damage per second at 38,288.91, which is one of the most strongest damage per second ground unit, especially she is also a multi at later upgrades, making her insanely good. How to evolve Saber Promise Sword is by defeating the new Fate Portals countless of times, which you can obtain through the brand new Infinite mode in this update 18. Saber Promise Sword damage types are light and physical. Alright, next unit is Sid Shadow. Sid is one of the best ground units, especially he does true damage on placement, which will ignore resistance, and at later upgrades, he becomes a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies in this update 18. Sid Shadow stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 430,000 damage with his SPA at 9.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 45,263.15, which is insanely strong on how high his damage per second is, and literally he's just so strong. Like, what the freak? How to get Sid is from the brand new Halloween event dungeon, which there is a chance for the unit to be dropped after defeating wave 50, and you can continuously grind, and I wish good luck to everyone that will get him, since Sid is extremely strong. The best trait you can get on Sid Shadow is unique, as he is a 3 placement, and Sid Shadow damage types are dark and true damage, which means he'll be able to ignore resistance and will be good for Infinity Castle, bro. Okay, next one is Gilgamesh, King of Heroes. Gilgamesh is still one of the best ground unit, especially he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades, and even on his unevolve, which is insanely strong in this update 18. Gilgamesh, King of Heroes stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 518,000 damage with his SPA at 11 seconds, making his damage per second at 46,666, which is one of the best damage per second unit in this update 18. Woot woot, hip hip hooray. How to get Gilgamesh is by defeating the secret golden portal, which you can obtain from the normal fate portals, and there is a very low chance of getting the secret golden portal, so good luck. How to evolve Gilgamesh to Gilgamesh, King of Heroes is by defeating the new Fate Portals countless of times, which you can obtain through the Fate map Infinite in this update 18. And Gilgamesh damage types are magic and light. And the best trait you can have on Gilgamesh is unique, as he is a 3 placement. Alright, next in is Sasuke Eternal. Sasuke is one of the newest ground units, and he became one of the best ground unit, since he does extremely strong burning damage in this update 18. Sasuke stats at max upgrade and max of Alard, 185,000 damage with his burning doing 185,000 damage with his SPA at 8.4 seconds, making his damage per second at 44,447.61 with burning, which is extremely strong. Oh my god, that is really strong. Equipping the Mangekyo Eye Relic will make him even more stronger as it doubles the burn duration. How to evolve Sasuke is by defeating countless of the new Naruto legend stages, which you will be needing 50 red ninja scrolls, 50 blue ninja scrolls, and 50 green ninja scrolls, which is pretty easy to grind when you have the new Naruto units, as it will increase your boost rate of the drops in those legend stages. Best trait you can have on Sasuke Eternal is unique, as he is a 3 placement. Sasuke Eternal damage types are Magic and Storm. Alright, next unit is Yumo White Nightmare. Yumo is one of the newest unit added in this update 18, and he is insanely strong for beginners to have, especially with his insane stats, and he will become a hybrid unit at later upgrade. Yumo White Nightmare stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 205,000 damage with his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 27,333, which is insanely strong, as at later upgrades he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies, which is pog. How to get Yumo White Nightmare is from the level 50 Key Hunt Battlepass in this update 18. Yumo White Nightmare damage types are physical and light. Okay, next unit is Dazai No Longer Human. Dazai is still one of the best magic ground units, since at placement he will get an ability called No Longer Human, which is pretty strong in this update 18. Dazai No Longer Human stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 326,000 damage with his SPA at 10.3 seconds, making his damage per second at 31,650.48, which is insanely strong, especially he is also a full AoE. Dazai's ability, No Longer Human, makes every enemy loses their status, shield, armored, flying, and many more for 20 seconds, which is insanely strong, so I definitely recommend trying to get Dazai, since he is just that guy like Sid, bro. How to evolve Dazai is defeating the new port agency portal countless of times, which you can obtain through a portal or can buy the portals from Dazai at the lobby. Let's get it. And how to get Dazai is by defeating the new detective secret portal that you can obtain by crafting 4 detective shards, which you can get from defeating the port agency portal tier 5 and above. Best trait you can have on Dazai No Longer Human is unique, as he is a 3 placement, and Dazai No Longer Human damage types are magic and light. Okay, next is Ain's Overlord. Ain's is still one of the best ground unit, as he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades and becomes a full AoE, and as well as he spawns Summoner unit, which will deal 1 million damage at max upgrade, which is, oh my god, it's still strong in this update 18. Ain's Overlord stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 345,152.44 damage with his SPA at 10 seconds, making his damage per second at 34,515.24, which is one of the most overpowered damage per second, especially he'll be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades and becomes a full AoE. Oh my goodness. How to get Ain's Overlord is by awakening the Overlord staff after sacrificing 3 evolved mythic units from Overlord. How to evolve Ain's Overlord is by defeating the brand new Undead Tome legend stages, which you will have to continuously grind multiple of the legend stages, especially you'll be needing 10 of each Overlord ring, blue, red, and yellow. And Ain's Overlord damage types are magic and dark. Alright, next unit is Guts Berserk. Guts is one of the most strongest unit with his full AoE, and as well as he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades in this update 18. Guts Berserk stats a max upgrade and max of Alard, 326,850 damage with his SPA at 12 seconds, making his damage per second at 27,237.5, which is insanely strong, especially Guts is a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades. Hip hip hooray! Guts also does an addition of 25% bleeding and 4 ticks, which is the best tick that you can have on a bleeding unit. How to evolve Guts to Guts Berserk is by defeating the Eclipse portal, which you can obtain through the Win Him Infinite mode, which is incredibly easy, especially the map is quite large, so you can place further back if you are playing solo. Let's get it. Guts Berserk damage types are physical and fire. Okay, next unit is Alucard Unholy King. Alucard is one of the best ground unit with his overpower ability that he gets at later upgrades in this update 18. Alucard Unholy King stats a max upgrade and max level R, 447,000 damage with his SPA at 8.4 seconds, making his damage per second at 53,214.28, which is insanely strong. Oh my god, why does he have so much more DPS than Sid, bro? How Alucard ability works is when Soul Restraint level 0 ability is activated, he will be spawning enemies and will be scaling with his current damage, which is insanely overpowered. How to get Alucard Unholy King is through opening the brand new spooky 2023 capsules, where there is a tiny chance for the capsule to drop Alucard, so good luck to everyone who is trying to get Alucard Unholy King. And I definitely suggest trying to get him because he is a limited secret unit. Yippee! The best trait you can get on Alucard Unholy King is unique, as he is a 3 placement and his ability scales with his damage. Alucard Unholy King damage types are Magic and Dark. Alright, next unit is Pain Divine. Pain Divine is one of the newest secret limited unit added in this update 18, and he became one of the best secret units. Pain Divine stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 384,000 damage with his SPA at 11.8 seconds, making his damage per second at 32,542.37, which is honestly not that bad. On later upgrades, Pain Divine will be able to hit both air and ground enemies and knockback enemies, which is extremely strong in this update 18. How to get Pain Divine is by defeating the brand new Secret Portal, which you can obtain through the new Legend stages, although it is a very low chance of getting the Secret Portal, so good luck to everyone who is grinding for Pain. How to evolve Pain Divine is by defeating countless of the new Naruto Legend stages, which you will be needing 50 red ninja scrolls, 50 blue ninja scrolls, and 50 green ninja scrolls, which is pretty easy to grind when you have the new Naruto units, as it will increase your boost rate of the drop rates in the Legend stages. The best trait you can have on Pain Divine is unique, since he is at 3 placement, and Pain Divine damage types are physical and light. Okay, next unit is Law Room. Law is one of the best ground and support unit in this update 18, especially Law is extremely overpowered to bring in Infinity Castle, as he is extremely cheap to max upgrade, which will be useful in Infinity Castle, leaderboard runs, and many more. Law Room stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 150,141 damage with his SPA at 5.9 seconds, making his damage per second at 25,447.62, which is insanely good for a support unit, as he has an ability outplacement called Shamble. When activated, the enemies will be teleported back, which is insanely strong, and he is a way better Lulu Gias. And Law Room will be valuable in Infinity Castle leaderboard runs with his Shamble ability. The Shamble ability affects air, ground enemies, and bosses, which is insanely good. Law Room is incredibly easy to evolve, as you just have to continuously defeat the puppet portal, which are easy to defeat even if you are soloing the portal. The best trait you can have on Law Room is unique, as he is a 3 placement. An alternative trait you can have on him is Sniper and Divine, so he will be able to teleport back more enemies with his huge range. Law Room's damage types are Magic and Aqua. Let's get it. Finally, the last but not least unit is Stain Hero Slayer. Stain is one of the best damage per second ground unit in this update 18, as he gets an ability that he will get at later upgrades, which is extremely overpowered. Stain Hero Slayer stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 91,870 damage with his SPA at 5.6 seconds, making his damage per second at 16,405.35, which is insanely strong. How Stain Hero Slayer works with his ability is whenever Blood Curdle is activated, Stain's damage will deal 3 times more damage to every bleeding enemy inside its range. The ability can crit 4.5 times of Stain's current damage, as well as it stuns enemies for 2 seconds, with this ability being not a global ability, which technically you can spam the ability. There is a 10 seconds cooldown on enemies who have been affected by the ability, and the ability cooldown is 20 seconds. Stain Hero Slayer will be extremely good when pairing with bleeding units, especially Guts Berserk, who is one of the most overpowered unit in this update 18, where he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades, making Stain Hero Slayer the best, especially when Blood Curdle is activated, since it will attack every enemies that are bleeding. Stain Hero Slayer damage types are physical and dark. That was everything for today's video on the top 10 best ground units in update 18. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye bye.